liberation. Up with liberation. Down, down with occupation. Down, down with occupation. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine.
Are you worried about COVID?
Free, free Palestine. The whole watermelon camp is here. Their chants are literally genocidal, and they aren't going anywhere. What's going on? Someone get them away and eat your watermelon.
Mr. Confront, tear down these walls.
The university has to move these people along.
It is an anti-democracy, anti-Canadian culture.
The government has to speak up. They must speak up for our values as free citizens. This is ridiculous.
David Menzies for Rebel News here at so-called Little Gaza. That would be the lawns of the University of Toronto. We have several members of the Jewish community and their allies marching, doing a counter-demonstration against the Hitler Youth Movement that has occupied the lawns for a week now. And I am with supporter here. Sir, what is your name again?
Aaron Hadida. I'm the National Director of Hirut, Canada.
Okay. Sir, who do you have more contempt for? The thugs that are occupying the lawns or the administration that is allowing them and enabling them to do so?
That's a great question, David. Absolutely the administration. This should never be allowed. This is Canada. This is not some Middle Eastern country. This isn't a third world country. This is Canada. We're here to uphold Canadian values and show everybody that we are allowed freedom here. We're not afraid to express our freedoms. We're not afraid of these people. We came to show them they can set up 1,000 camps, and we will walk into every one of them because this is a free country.
I would challenge you on that, sir. Can you actually walk onto the lawns? My cameraman Lincoln Jay and I were here on Monday, and we saw many despicable scenes, but the worst was two elderly Jewish U of T professors who were physically barred from walking onto the lawns, and the special constables, they said nothing and shrugged their shoulders.
Well, okay, so absolutely not. You can't walk onto them. They've got it fenced off. They've got their little security guys watching the perimeter of the fences, and the administration, again, is responsible for that. A Jewish student who goes to school here, whose parents are funding it, are not allowed to go to class.
Yep.
That is the biggest travesty of it all. And we are here to show people that this is Canada. This isn't a communist country yet, but this is Canada. And at the end of the day, we're here to support Canada, Canadian values, our beloved country of Israel, and all of the Jewish community and the beautiful Jewish students that go here and that need to see that they have massive support. At the end of the day, it's the administration appeasing the crowd, and it's riot control 101. Appease the bigger crowd because it's a lot easier than appeasing the smaller crowd. They are calling people in Israel occupiers while occupying universities around the world. This is a game to these students. They think they're reliving Woodstock or the 60s and rebelling at Berkeley. This is not what's happening. They don't know what their cause is. They don't know anything about the cause. If you ask them which river and which sea, they scratch their heads. The bottom line is they're doing this for fun. It's the new TikTok trend to them. That's all it is.
It's the two eyes, isn't it? Ignorance and indoctrination on campus.
Absolutely.
And who better to indoctrinate than the ignorant? I think you're right. I don't think they can name the river and the sea. I don't think they could pinpoint Gaza on a map if you were to ask them to.
No, they're taking up a cause for something they have no historical knowledge about. They have no idea. They don't know where the region is. They don't know who the people are. They don't know who's indigenous to the land. They don't know who isn't. The bottom line is they don't care. All they care about is that they're rebelling against the system. That's all it is. The keffiyeh that they're wearing is a form of rebellion. They're emulating terrorists, and it's being allowed to happen in North America. We do not allow that type of behavior in a democratic society, yet here we are.
To bring it back.
You can have an encampment over here on private property espousing genocide from the river to the sea, intifada, and that's okay? Can you explain that to me?
I have no words. I can't explain it myself. I think we have to ask our government what's going on.
I, for the life of me, cannot understand why the university allows this terror encampment to continue. And I worry that the university is actually aiding and abetting, because it's university fencing, it's university property. I don't know how porta potties got brought in there, and I don't understand why there is a gatekeeping happening to who gets admitted and who doesn't get admitted, where Jews are actually excluded from entering the encampment, even university professors who happen to be Jewish.
They have no idea the history of Israel or that land when they have and they are calling and chanting from the river to the sea. What you say, they have no idea which river and which sea. They have no idea what's mean that, and it's very concerning. I escaped from a dictatorship who put you in jail for your belief, for you speak in public, for public demonstration, and now see that kind of behavior here in Canada, the hate speech that they are, and it's insane.
We are here for Canada. Today we are here for Canada. Why we are here? For Canada. Why we are here?
Today we stood for Canada, and we started with O Canada, and we finished it with O Canada. Many brave students join us in north side of the King's Circle. I call it jihadist encampment.
Well, I believe it's called Little Gaza, but they're going through a rebranding exercise, right?
Yes, yeah, they are doing that. And we saw that in the news. Premier Doug Ford said that they should be removed.
I'm not in favor of these encampments on the universities. They need to move. The university has to move these people along.
Premier, if you want us to believe you, if you truly say that there is no hatred, there is no place for hatred in Canada, walk the talk and tear down this wall. When we say never again, we mean it.
We should demand that hate is not accepted. When people share their opinions, that's crushed, whether you agree with it or not. But when people are spreading hate and creating divisiveness, that is somehow you got to leave them alone.
I'm an alumnus of the University of Toronto, and I worry that the university is descending into the fascism that ended up in the esteemed universities of Germany. Germany was the most revered academic country of its time, the most cultured, the most esteemed, and that didn't prevent them from descending into fascism. And I feel like this mob rule that is being allowed to develop in King's College Circle is exactly descending in that direction.
I myself am Muslim, okay? Yes. And you know that I was political prisoner in Iran and tortured by the hand of IRGC.
Yes.
You know that which clothes, which dress code that IRGC interrogator and my torturer wearing? Keffiyeh, okay?
Yes.
Keffiyeh is insult to brave Iranian women, to every political prisoner from Iran.
We are showing our faces. Why they covered their faces? They took pictures of us with the whole faces covered.
We don't have the proof, but I'm pretty sure that some party with political power, financial then, just thinking who pay for the camping there.
Why have we turned over our entire society? Why are we bending over backwards to people that want to take away our freedoms and really spread hatred?
And don't respect values, Canadian values.
It's a destruction of Canadian culture. It's a destruction of Canadian democracy. And if we're not on guard, we are going to lose that here.
We saw some IRGC agent in the campus. They were waving the Islamic regime flag, and I said that no. Then we organized a rally in the campus, and we stood for Canada.
It's just cool to get that thing on their necks and call Freedom Gaza and our Freedom Palestine when they don't even know the Palestine didn't exist. As a country, didn't exist.
I think I'm still hopeful that to the extent there are students there, and I'm not sure how many students are there, but to the extent there are, I'm hopeful that they're naive and that they've been misled or misread. And my hope is that they can still be taught and use critical thinking to get to the right place. So I would say it's the administration who should know better.
I actually was there a few nights ago and in the middle of the night saw people in military fatigues training students on how to resist the police when they go in with riot gear. And they were training this. I have videos of it.
I cannot understand giving in to bullying, which is what this is. There is no pro-Palestine agenda here. It is an anti-democracy, anti-Canadian culture, also anti-Jewish people, and pro-genocide.
Is cowardly from the university because they want to be cool, or part of what we denounce for years is the infiltration inside the schools and the different areas of the university who are indoctrinated people.
Shame on you! Students united will never be defeated.
Now, folks, after their march through the U of T grounds, not the lawn, mind you, the pro-Israel demonstrators have come back to the encampment, and basically it's a showdown. You have the pro-Israel types on this side, and further south you have the pro-Hamas types, the Hitler Youth, whatever you want to call them. And right now they're just yelling at each other. But what's notable is that there are actual Toronto Police Service officers here. In all the days I've come, all I've seen are the unarmed special constables. I don't know what happened. Maybe the U of T administration actually called the police to come in, worried about violence breaking out. Thank goodness that hasn't happened yet. But tempers are flaring, and we'll be here to see how this plays out. What does that mean? The Students United will never be defeated.
The Students United will never be defeated. The students.
According to the rules, aren't you supposed to be on that side?
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Why are you wearing a mask?
Free Palestine!
Are you worried about COVID?
Free Palestine!
Are you only able to chant?
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
So, sir, you are a professor here at the U of T. You know, on Monday, my cameraman Lincoln and I, we were here. We saw two elderly Jewish U of T professors physically prevented from walking on the lawn. The special constables, they shrugged and said nothing. What do you make of what's going on your campus?
I try to do it on Sunday.
Oh, yes.
And when I asked them why they didn't let me on the ground, they didn't say anything. I said, do I look Jewish? Why do I allow some other people?
Yeah.
And they just brought people from inside, and they tried to negotiate with me. But they didn't allow me to get on the ground.
Right now we're at the watermelon camp. We think it's Meshuggah. All these people are telling me to go back to Europe. I'm not from Europe. I'm a Yehudi Habibi. My nana's from Iraq. I'm not going to Europe. I wasn't born in Europe. I don't know why they're telling me to do that. I'm from Israel. Jews are indigenous to Israel. That's why we're called Jews. Come from Judea, which is a province we live in the homeland, in Judea and Samaria. We're not going anywhere. So all the watermelon people, I'm here. I'm a proud Jew. Look at my tzitzis. Mwah. I'm going nowhere. I'm Yisrael Chai.
The dueling demonstrations are an example of virulent anti-Semitism on campus that can actually be this could be disassembled if the mayor, Olivia Chow, actually gave the go-ahead. There's evidence these encampments, the Hamas homeless shelters, I call them, my friend Shabbos coined the term, they can be dismantled if the mayor allows the municipal police to get rid of them.
We hope that it will take a little bit of time, that they will realize that under these circumstances, we don't feel safe on campus, we don't feel welcome on campus, and what they do, they generate hatred against Jewish people, against Israeli students.
Why the tolerance for these Hamas supporters?
They have no spine. Justin Trudeau, you have no mamish spine. Pierre Locke, Trudeau, you have no spine. UFT admin, you have no spine. These people are out here. The whole watermelon camp is here. Their chants are literally genocidal, and they aren't going anywhere. What's going on? Someone get them away and eat your watermelon.
I've never heard any chants for genocide on the Jewish side. I've never heard any of them. They're covering their faces because they're breaking the law. They know they're breaking the law. If they didn't think they were breaking the law, they'd show their face. I'm showing my face. This is my face. You can see me. You can see what I look like because I'm not breaking the law.
Well, folks, as darkness takes lease, the two opposing groups are still staring each other down, shouting each other down. But thankfully, there's been no acts of violence that we've witnessed. That's probably because the Toronto police is here. Now, hello, U of T administration, are you getting the message? Send in the police, big time. Tear down this wall, tear down those tents, trespass those who are occupying private property. You can put an end to this tomorrow if you only had the spine. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. You know, folks, you have to wonder, who are the people on the other side of the fence? Are they U of T students? Are they Canadians? Or maybe they're foreign students? Maybe they're not even citizens and they're espousing genocide? That is unacceptable. Please go to deporthamas.com. That's deporthamas.com. Sign our petition. Tell these people it's time for them to pack their bags and go.